to get into these precious metals with the paper money. I mean, it's over with. That's it. So as I was walking with the bucket one camera with the phone, I was saying people understand trends. People can come up with new trends and understand trends in the world, right? But they can't fathom the reality of the scripture what's happening right now. Yeah. Because they're oblivious to it.
Right. Especially, you know, people in America. Because America, you know, the Civil War really don't count. You know, war took place here, but Pearl Harbor don't really count. America has never really been touched on. People here haven't really seen, especially in the last 2 or 3 generations, haven't seen a real collapse to where, you know, everybody's feeling hard when you don't know where your next meal is going to come from, where the government couldn't step in and give you assistance. It's going to get to the point where the government can't print more money to, you know, soothe you for Google.
Isaiah 47:1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, and sit on the ground. There's no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
America, that virgin daughter of Babylon, hasn't been touched, but it's going to be brought down to a low state. Okay? Babylon the Great, you know, it has a lot of time in the scriptures.
Right.
And we're in the last act of Babylon the Great. We're coming up on that season finale. See? Go ahead.
Take the millstone and grind mill, uncover the locks, make bare the leg.
Yep. America's being exposed at a rate that it has never been exposed.
Man.
And what is that causing to happen? That's causing nations to buck up against America. Nations that 20 years ago wouldn't even dream about speaking out against what America's doing and, you know, how they don't approve of America's actions. Right. Hungary, which is a NATO member, they stated what? If Putin comes to our country, we're not going to arrest him because what? NATO issued out a warrant for Putin's arrest. Hungary, which is a pivotal country, is going to be a pivotal area when World War III plays out because that's that little threshold between, you know, Eastern Europe and Western Europe. It's like a middle ground. They're starting to side with Russia, man. In Hungary, you know, it provides a lot of natural resources. Okay, so not having that nation on your side, you know, that's going to be a big hit. And they made that open statement about how if Putin came to our country, we would arrest him. And a bunch of nations are doing that are NATO members.
Said they would arrest him.
No, they said they won't.
They won't arrest him.
NATO issued out a warrant for Putin's arrest, and a lot of nations within NATO are saying, "Man, we ain't doing that shit."
They no hell no. Can't wait to push the button.
Hungary was one of the main nations that was hesitant to even send weapons over to Ukraine. They were like, "Why are we getting involved with this? This is right? They're not even, you know what I mean?" So people are seeing, you know, are willing to speak out against America because they don't see it as big bad America anymore.
Right.
So at least they're scrambling. What? They're starting to crash the dollar. They got to figure out how to get everybody in such a state of disarray they can take the control back. Because they're losing grips. They're losing that grip on the wheel a little bit. All right? So that's why they're trying to speed up and usher in some chaos so they can take back the control.
Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
And part of that shame being seen and the nakedness being uncovered is what? Then the Lord talking about bringing out the prophecies, bringing out history, or how this man has moved and lining that history up with the scriptures to reveal this man for the devil that he is.
Right. I would take vengeance and will not meet thee as a man.
He's not, you know, and when the Lord comes back, he's going to come back as a great angelic power. And knowing little things like that is beautiful because we had a guy earlier come up saying that he was the Messiah. You know what I mean? We know how the Messiah is supposed to actually return. We know the fashion in which he returns. So little shit like that, you know, the elect wouldn't be able to be deceived by little things like that. Because believe it or not, this devil's gonna try to push out there. Oh, he gonna push false narratives out there as well.
Yes, I say he was over here.
I ain't got no.
Matthew 20, Matthew 24. Matthew 24.
It's Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined, are numbered of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Hey, those bounds are being starting to come to a close. All right, Esau has a limit to how far he can go as far as his rulership. And now we're seeing his rulership is starting to crumble. All right, you see, it's like an organized demolition. But overall, he's going to fall in his own basically pit that he's created.
And the scriptures give you the point to where he ain't gonna be able to pass, man. It says when it tells you in the book of Job when he's about to fill his belly. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord, when he thinks he got this whole new system implemented, man, that's when the Lord is going to come in and smash it, man. You see, the scriptures are the only thing on the planet Earth that tells you know what I'm saying, everything, man. The beginning to the end, man. You know.
It also tells you in the book of Job in the 14th chapter that his days are determined.
Yeah,
you know his month. Oh, okay, God, that's the I ain't hear that.
The beauty in knowing that, man, because when shit hits the fan here, people are going to be in utter panic. They're going to be looking for the men of the Lord because that's where the composure is going to be. That's where the wherewithal is going to be.
Yep.
Because, like the brother went into, we know exactly how things are supposed to play out before he tries to fill his belly. We know all the things that have to come to pass, all right, before our redemption happens.
Yeah, right. You know, the system got to come to pass.
Right.
You know, the chip got to be implemented. You know, this hey man, Lord, he gave us the blueprint, man. Yeah, we got the cheat sheet. You see?
So when you have understanding of those things, it's going to allow you to have what? Stability of thy times.
Yeah.
Right? That's why we're going to have stability of thy times, because we have full understanding of the new song.
Yeah.
We have the new song. And those who don't have it, it's going to be some shit that they see that they weren't expecting.
Right.
So when shit happens that you weren't ready for, what happens usually when somebody pop out or you wouldn't expect them to pop out? Oh shit! You know what I mean?
You find that concept that I'm up to pop out of them.
Yeah, it's gonna be shit, and that's gonna cause you to what? To act out of character.
Right.
So a lot of people are gonna take that part. They're gonna do things that the scriptures warned them to be against doing because they didn't have to have the full understanding of the new song. No guidance.
So that's the song gave us the guidance. You gotta have that full understanding. That's why they wisdom and knowledge to be the stability of our time. All right, truth of our salvation. You have to have a stable foundation. All right, to know what's coming, because what's coming is going to rock a lot of people's worlds. And what they're going to do if they not, they're thinking somebody come and steal on somebody.
Yeah.
Now they ain't coming. It hurt a lot worse than when you just know and get prepared for that hit.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that, basically that stable foundation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which reminds me of the house built on the sand, on the rock and on the sand, man. You know what I'm saying? If your foundation ain't on this rock, man, your house shot, this knowledge, you got that house that's built on the sand, and those that know the account, you know what happened, man.
Yeah, man. If you built a house on a stable foundation, it can withstand the storm. And growing up in Florida, houses have to be built in a particular way, especially if they're on the coastline, for them to weather the hurricane season. You understand? So that you have beach houses, but they don't build the beach houses on the sand because the whole beach, even like a mile inland, is still all sand. What they do is they lay bricks and they'll elevate it on the house will be built on stilts. Sometimes metal, sometimes real thick wooden beams, and it's elevated. So when the hurricane or the sea comes in, it's not shaking. The house isn't easily moved. So that's a perfect illustration in the scriptures when it talks about that sand and that rock. Because sand it moves. It moves along with the water. You understand?
They are deeply in the ground. They rooted, like it says in Mark 4. You got to be deeply rooted to withstand, like you say, that water, the wind.
And the houses are even built up, the beach houses. They have elevated to maybe like 15, 16 feet. The house, so even when the water levels rise, it was already mapped out. the Lord has equipped us with the tools to already deal with the test.
Right.
You understand? That's why it's gonna be so beautiful when shit hits the fan. Yeah, it's gonna be a struggle for us too. But we've been equipped, yeah, man. It's like that.
That's the way it is.
But we've been equipped with the tools to withstand the battle. Now, a lot of leaders of congregations are sending their congregation into this spiritual battle with dull swords. Man.
Because the Lord, what he's doing now with the elect, since you talking about war, before a general take his men into war, what he do? He brief it. The Lord is prepping and briefing his men, man. Because he know one day that now it's wartime. So the Lord is briefing his men right now. Right now we're in a war room on the Lord. He's briefing us, man. Yeah. Because right here in Acts 17:31, why? It said because he had the point of the day in the which he would judge the world in righteousness. Not what you people think, not what you assume what is righteousness, in the Lord's righteousness. If you say don't put no fucking edge up in your head, don't get it. Right? Don't get no. So this is his way of gonna judge you, not how you feel, what you think. Right? Because he has the point of the day. So America has an appointment. You can't go past that appointment, right? Because he had a point of the day in the which he would judge the world in righteousness by that man whom he hath ordained. Who is that man? That's his son Yahushua, man. When the holy angel come back and destroy this place, man. Right. You see? It says, by that man whom he hath ordained, whereof he hath given assurance unto all men. How has he given assurance to all men of the nation of Israel, the elect of the nation of Israel? He said to give assurance unto all men, and that he hath raised him from the dead. That's the assurance. To show you, like, you know what? I'm gonna put my son through this for the nation of Israel, and I'm gonna show you what type of man he is. Right. By him raising him up, man. That's heavy. And NLT said, for he has set a day for judging the world with justice by the man he has appointed. And he had proved to everyone who this is by raising him from the dead. His son Yahushua, man. You see?
Where the point of the people.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Hey, that's what it is. He appointed Yahushua, and now he's appointed this time to come back. You know, Yahushua told the 12 that, you know, he don't even know the day of time. But basically, what it say, we measuring the time diligently, so we know it is that set as appointed time when Yahushua is going to come back. But before that happens, you're going to see a lot of turmoil that's going to happen. All right, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be in disarray. All right, they don't know what to do when the times get bad. All right, when times get tough get going, you ain't gonna know what to do. That's why you're going to see a lot of death. All right, with families. All right, with pestilence. It's going to get to a point where where you're going to see like families, they ain't gonna know what to do. They're going to be arguing. You're going to see a lot of people that's going to die from their own flesh and blood. They're going to, you know what I'm saying? About when times hit and you can't eat and you starving and you stressed out, don't got no money, don't know when your next meal coming. Yeah, that can cause a lot of frustration. It can cause a lot of death. All right? That's why, what is that? Matthew 10 and 30, around the 34th, 35th verse. You know, what does the Lord say? He's going to basically call a variant between a person and their family. All right? You're going to basically go against one another. One of the ways you're going to go against one another is because, like I say, it's going to start with hard times.
Yeah. And the people that's oblivious and unaware of these things, man. Go ahead, Doc.
This is Matthew 6 and verse 24. It says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon. You know, you can't serve Yahweh and Mammon. That's why they didn't put Jake on so much of this, walking around with the stacks of money in their ear. Money ain't gonna be able to save you with the times that's coming. We see now the money system is going to collapse. This is about to collapse. Now what you gonna do? What you gonna do? All these assistance, government assistance, all that's gonna come to naught. And people ain't gonna know what to do because they're not prepared. All right? They're not prepping for the day of the Lord, the days, the times that are about to come. They're not prepping for Jacob's trouble.
They don't even know about it.
Nope.
You know, they go to these church houses and they get taught that nothing but prosperity. You know, they go to the Potter House down here in Dallas, man. You hear a motivational speech. You know, hear TD saying, you don't need that person. You know, my nigga ain't breaking nothing down, man. Right. You know, he ain't going in the scriptures and telling our people who they are. You know, they ain't being told that all this stuff that's happening on the planet Earth. Here it is. They call these men of the Lord. But here it is. The Lord said He has sent a watchman, but a watchman is supposed to warn. Man, that's the job of the watchman, is to warn the people, man. You don't see these church pastors warning the people, even amongst Israel, man. You know, they're not truly warning the people. They're telling them, hey, you ain't gonna have to go through no Jacob's trouble, man. You know, they're not preparing. They're telling these people we need to get land. Forget what GMS talking about. Them niggas is crazy. We need to get it now. We need to get some land. You know?
It was crazy during the time of Noah. Until that flood, man.
Like in Matthew 6:25, it say, therefore I say unto you, take no thought of your life. Wait, what shall ye shall eat, or what shall drink? Ye shall drink, nor ye for your body. What ye shall put on, if not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment. That's going through what? That's faith. You gotta have faith to not worry about what you're gonna eat. All right, what you're gonna drink. Because it's gonna be, you ain't gonna be able to just go to your faucet and open up and drink some water. We seeing all these train wrecks that's happening. A lot of the mainstream of the water and rivers that we get our water from is being contaminated. Purpose. Yeah. So what you gonna do when you can't just go to your faucet? You can't just go buy a bottle of water. What was that in Philadelphia or somewhere they said Philly? You're gonna get like three things of water, and I think that was like at Sunday at 11:59. They were like, basically, don't be drinking no more water out your fountain. Come get some bottled water because it's contaminated.
Yeah. You gotta, what are these people supposed to do? So if they can't drink the water, that means they can't bathe in the water. You know, and those 3 packs of water is gonna run fast. So now you gotta drink that water, you gotta wash with that water, then ultimately you gotta cook with it. You know?
And Jake ain't never refrained from the lust of his flesh ever in his life. Never fasted ever. Right? So what happens when that kind of hardship is thrust upon themselves?
Right.
Are they gonna be able to manage properly? No. Like the brother's going to, they're gonna run through it quick.
Your body is like a machine, about to say. Your body is like a machine. If you have been receiving that intake every 8:30 in the morning, then you gotta get used to eat again at 11, eat again at 2:30, eat again at 7:30. Your body's gonna be wanting that. So you wake up and you ain't got to eat nothing, and it's 11, 12 o'clock at night. Your body, you're gonna be feeling bad. All right, you're gonna be twitching. You know, especially for the food that Esau is presenting you today. All these genetically modified organisms, all this, this stuff is basically it's drugs.
Hey, that's cold, bro. Now the Most High know how Jake eating over there. That's cold. That means the Lord is gonna weaponize. So family gonna be a weapon towards these people. Right? That's the Lord, bro.
They go 2 days without eating. These people that have never fasted, 2 days without eating or drinking to a person that's never fasted, nothing. Their body's gonna go into shock. A lot of people are gonna die of hunger. Read that scripture I asked for, brother. Yeah, because you got on one side, you was done. Was you done? Okay. On one side, we gonna walk by faith, because you asked the question, what are you gonna do during that time? With the men of the Lord, they're gonna walk by faith. They're gonna have the understanding, and the Lord's gonna provide for us.
That's right.
He provides for the birds, all the things of the earth. How much more so us? The scriptures tell you that. We have so many examples throughout the scriptures, like Elijah when he was on the road. Man.
Right.
He had the Lord had the ravens bring him meat. We're gonna believe on that level, and the Lord's gonna comfort you, man.
Right.
That's the kind of faith you gotta have, man. And the Lord ain't gonna deal with you if you ain't got that kind of faith. That's what He's looking for. He says, "What when the Lord returns, shall He find faith on the earth?" All right.
We're going through that now, man. The Lord's showing us now. He's in our everyday lives right now, man. You know, just like when David went getting ready to fight Goliath, what did he do? He boasted of those past experiences of the Lord delivering him, man. You know, and that's what, the Lord is building us up with these experiences now, man. You know, so that way when we come into those times where food may be scarce, or water may be scarce, you know, we know it like shit. Some shit probably happened to us then, like damn, what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But you have faith in the Lord. A couple days, man, when the Lord came through this up, you got to check out of fucking nowhere or something like that. But it's, hey, these are experiences, man.
The Lord might have us go 4 or 5 days without eating or drinking.
Right.
And we like, damn, what's, you know, just to cleanse our bodies out of the damn toxic shit we sort of put in our bodies. And then, you know, the food that he delivers to us is food that actually builds our bodies. You know what I mean? You gotta be, the Lord works, his thinking is far beyond what you're thinking, right?
The Lord rained down from heaven. You think he didn't do it for this time?
Yeah.
You know, like the brother said, we don't have an angel coming to minister unto Elijah, or they raven breaking the food, man. You see?
Shit, the Lord can put a spirit on you to where you don't eat for a week, but it's like you didn't even notice. He gives you like, he puts a spirit over your body where it's preserved, like how the Israelites are walking through 40 years, their clothes didn't wear out.
Right.
It was preserved. The Lord can put the spirit over your body to where it's just preserved. You know what I mean? Before you get your next meal.
And if I can add, just like the brothers are, I even going through all these different things, scenarios. The scriptures say that the things written 4 times was written for our learning, man, our knowledge. We have faith, which, you know, Proverbs 11:1, you know what I'm saying? We have faith because we have these accounts, you know what I'm saying? And the things written in this book, in the Bible, the Lord says that his word shall not come back to him void, but it shall accomplish the thing whereto he sends it. And the Lord is a man that he cannot lie.
Right.
So if you have that faith, you're going to believe the accounts and the things that are written in the book, in the Bible, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And the Lord said this. Go ahead, brother.
God, this is Isaiah 65:13. It reads, therefore, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
Yeah. The Lord's servants are going to eat. Those who are rehearsing the righteous act and walk in faith, they're going to be good. All right? But those who walk contrary, you are being a niggard. All right? Or if you're one of these other nations, man, there's a particular judgment of life. And there's nothing that you gain in on this side that's going to deliver you from that, man.
Right.
This Jacob, this big ass Jacob, this tight ass.
Right.
You know? I
Yeah,
can say
yeah. Time to goddamn woman, man.
Yeah, bro.
Right. Yeah, it's time
You about to get a yeast infection, man.
Man.
Yeast infection.
The ass could be chafed.
painted on jeans. Come on,
God
bro.
damn, bro.
Stop.
Hey, you read that again, my
God.
son.
Back at the top, Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
Yeah, so there's duality to the Lord. He's going to be delivering some, a small portion of people, right? And a lot of people are just going to be allotted to destruction. All right? there's an image painted of that in 2nd Ezra 15, 55,
2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 55. It says, the reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom, therefore shalt thou receive recompense. Like as thou hast done to my chosen, says the Lord, even so shall the Most High do unto thee.
Yeah, man. America, all these nations that were against Israel, there's a recompense for them. On top of that, 2/3 of our people that were against the Lord's man, there's a recompense that you're going to partake of as well. Go ahead.
It shall deliver thee into mischief. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down.
Hunger, the sword, the city's being broken down. All right, a man desiring to enter into a city and not being able because they're setting up these 15-minute cities. They want to restrict the people's movement to have more control. All these things, all these different dilemmas are getting ready to come upon the people. And we're here warning them, but it's only the elect are really going to repent. But you have something.
It says, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field.
Could you read that top, that first verse, the previous verse?
All right, 2nd Ezra 15 and 57. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger.
That's what I wanted. Because the brother was mentioning earlier. No, you mentioned it. oh, we gotta get land. You got Jake that's making it make you buy land and try to escape. Or they can go to the countryside, or they can go in the mountains and be delivered. No, this judgment is coming upon all the earth, no matter where you are. Even if you're a passport, bro, so I'm just gonna go to a different country. Wherever you are, bro, the judgment of the Lord is coming.
That's why he says that he knows the day of the Lord shall, the day of the Lord shall be darkness and not light. Like as a man ran from the lion, he's giving those accounts, basically showing you that man couldn't escape judgment, man, no matter what, no matter where he's trying to run, man. The judgment right to the sin, man. It don't matter where you, if you try to leave America, go to Africa, or go to these different parts of the earth, man, you're not going to escape that judgment. The Lord is going to bring, man. You see?
It's like you know, you see those movies where the person's trying to run away from somebody, and it's like they running on the treadmill. They're running in the same spot, and then the person gets them anyway. But like Jason, these niggas will be hauling ass in the movie. And Jason, they paying to Jason, he just speed walking and he hawk their ass down. That's how the judgment of the Lord is going to come upon you. There's no escaping it. It's written for it to come upon all the world.
Verse 58, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh, drink their own blood, very hunger of bread and thirst of water.
Yeah, a lot of people, even those lower upper class Edomites, they got bunkers. They're building their own tools. Right. That's all that's really going down. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, they're stocking up food for the prophets. Because the Lord's going to have it to where you don't get to enjoy that substance. You know what I mean? People think they have some kind of say or control over their destiny. Our destinies were already written.
Right.
All right? There were people that were chosen before the foundation of the earth, man. Their destinies are written. The same way 2/3 of our people, destinies are written. The same way Esau's destiny is written. You see? Man's going to the Lord.
That's it.
Okay. Like I said, how you mentioned, like, people, they don't understand, they saving up for the prophets. You gotta think, here in like Texas, people drive 20, 30 miles just to go to work and back. You never know, you can have like an EMP or something might go off, your car, everything's not working, everything is electronic right now. You ain't gonna walk no 40, 50 miles to get home and probably be safe.
That's right.
You gotta go through these bridges and all that. No, this is a big city. So you probably gonna be somewhere far out from your home and can't make it back. You got all that food stored up. The prophets could probably be right there next door.
Yeah, man. You can get anywhere here in Dallas, you drive in 20, 30 minutes. If you're lucky. You know? So 15 minutes in the car versus 15. I dare you, next time you put something in your GPS, instead of car, click the walking. Yeah, click and see how long it is.
2 hours.
That should have, a lot of times it should have saved like 14-hour walk. If you in Garland and you trying to get to Arlington, yeah, bro. So you're not just walking on the highway. You gotta do shit. Now think about that in the time when people, you got a group of people on this block and they just waiting for people to come through with supplies because they don't have it. You see, if you watch the movie Book of Eli or Bushwick on Netflix, it shows you, because Bushwick is a very great illustration, because it shows you how long it took them just to get to the end of the block.
Yeah, right.
Because all the danger they had to avoid just to get to the end of the block. So you telling me you done stopped up food in your house, but you got caught out there 6 hour walk from your house. You think you don't get to enjoy that substance? Hell no. You know?
Isaiah 55:8, but my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, says the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Yeah, all the time with the brother saying, man, because you so-called came up with a plan the doomsday plan when shit gets to fan, what you and your family gonna do in that time, don't mean that shit don't go that way. You see?
Because we ain't factoring in the Lord.
Yeah.
Right. They showed you that in that movie. What was it? With the lights, was it called Blackout?
Blackout.
Yeah, remember that one family made all them plans, and nothing went according to the plan that they made, bro.
Your ways are not the Lord's ways.
Exactly.
And the Lord plans 100 steps ahead.
Right.
The Lord had it to where David, as a kid, was getting good on the harp. For what purpose? So that so he could be amongst Saul, right? When he put those spirits on him, and that kind of set David on his route for the Lord to set him up as king. He had to David develop a skill as a way back as a child and get good at it. Not for the purpose of just being good at it, but to be in a specific place at a specific time so David could be ushered into his purpose. The Lord thinks that far ahead. You know what I mean? Further than that, that's just a small example. You know what I mean? So when we say these things, it's not far-fetched.
Yeah, they're from the beginning.
Yeah.
Hey, before that there be light, hey, before that there be light, it was already planned.
Yeah.
Before the light,
And man's goings are of the Lord.
Right.
How you gonna get around that? What's that in Job where it says that to take purpose from man, to hide pride from him? Job 34, 33 or 34. You know, and it goes into that in Job, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord seals your instructions, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing anything outside the purpose, will, purpose, and pleasure of the Lord, man.
Outside the script.
That's
The
right.
script is written in you.
That's it.
man, real. Yeah.
Esau being proud and being like, oh, I'm gonna be like the Most High.
Right.
The Lord wrote for him to make
Exactly.
that. At the end of the day, man, a lot of times when you see all the bullshit and the wickedness, can you really be upset?
Right.
Because it's like the Lord wrote it out this way.
Exactly.
Yeah, it makes us upset because we hate wickedness.
Right.
But you get to the understanding of where you're like, damn, the Lord wrote for everything that happened.
Right.
So that gives you a completely different perspective when you go through hardships,
Right.
when things happen.
Right.
Because you're like, okay, what is your thought is now? What it isn't? Why is the Lord? Why did this happen to me? It's what is the Lord doing?
Right.
What purpose does this serve?
Right.
Because it ain't just happening.
Right.
So it allows you to have to be very cerebral about your surroundings and the things people might even say to you in passing, the stuff you may see throughout the day. It allows you to look at things through the spirit.
Right. When you said, Apostle said that, man, everything is spiritual.
Yeah.
Everything you see good said. It's spiritual, man.
Job chapter 33, verse 15, it says, in a dream, the vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon their bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sendeth their instructions.
So when you lay down to sleep and slumber and sleep at night, that's when the Lord is sealing instructions, man. So whatever plan you made the day before that you may have set for the next day, the Lord is going to seal instructions for how He wants it to play out, man. You know, go ahead.
It says, verse 17, that he may withdraw man for his purpose and hide pride from men.
Will, purpose, and pleasure of the Lord. He gonna withdraw man from His purpose, the things you plan to do, to hide pride. Because men are prideful, man. They like to take credit for things, man. And the Lord is the one who is gonna get all the credit at the end of the day, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's hide that pride.
Hey,
You know?
how can you be a father to create every spirit on the earth and not have control over it?
Bro,
That
Con,
don't make any sense.
brother. Hey,
You got a earth that's sitting, a spirit that's sitting in the air.
Right.
This thing. Jake don't understand, man. We're living in a two-dimensional world, man. Most of us are in the third dimension.
Right.
Anyway, that's
It's cerebral, Jake.
yeah, man. We looking down upon us, man.
Right.
We see the moon, but we don't know like what's around it.
Right.
Now you're in the third dimension. You looking down on everything.
You're in the fourth dimension, so to speak.
Well, yeah, right.
To put in perspective what Bond is saying, if you have a storybook, like say you took a children's book and you ripped out all the pages and you laid the pages from 1 to 30 all out at the same time, you can see the whole story, the beginning and end at once.
Right.
You exist outside of time.
Right.
You exist outside of the story.
Right.
Okay? So everything's still to you.
Right.
you can see everything. Oh, this happens here, and this happens.
Right.
You know, you exist outside of it. That's a light way to explain how the Lord exists outside of us.
Right.
He wrote the book, and it's the script, and it's just laying there in front of you.
Right.
There's nothing that's gonna happen that's new. No. It's all written exactly according to plan.
Just like a writer in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That writer knows the beginning, middle, end. He knows exactly, you know what I'm saying? The ins and outs of what he wrote, of the movie he wrote.
Right.
You know?
The Lord said who has set even the water, who has set the bounds of water in like his Proverbs, to paraphrase Proverbs 30. You know, he basically has set even the waters even go so far and some that. It was already set. You know, so when you set up even like a screen a writer of a play or a movie, they wrote the movie. All right, they were like when you go into Genesis, the Lord said this is good, so it's already been written and played out. So the movie, like you said, from the beginning to the end, it's already been written. So now he said, all right, we're going through the page, we're going through the movie. All right. The director's gonna say cut. The director's gonna say, okay, action. So when these certain things that happen in these times that we live in the past, the present, or the future, it's Yahweh. The Most High is setting the stage and saying, action, let's get this played out. Just like we said to that councilman in heaven said, who's going to basically bring Ahab to fall. It was the council, and then what did he say? All right, that's how to go through action.
So with that counsel, you got to realize that the Lord, he had that mapped out ahead of time. What everybody was going to say, who he was going to pick. And he had it happen so we could go back to it in this time for our learning. That conversation with Job, huh?
The Lord put that in there to show us. Ain't no such thing as like,
Just to illustrate, I'm going to have this happen. So in Babylon the Great, the prophets have this example to go to show that they don't fulfill to the believer. I'm gonna have this conversation with Job and question him and show it that he doesn't have an understanding like my understanding, so people realize that my understanding is higher than their ways. I'm gonna have these things happen specifically. You know what I mean? So that should give you a different perspective. You know, your day to day when you're going through life, dealing with when a brother might say something. The Lord wrote for him to say that.
That's why shit happened. Brother be like, shit, it was written.
Yeah.
Right? We understand it. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Like, don't get from your father to talk to. Like you talking to.
Yeah. And it was written for us to realize that it was written.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, straight up. I got something. It's Proverbs 19 and 21 in the NLT. It says, you can make many plans, but the Lord's purpose will prevail. It's only right there, man. Like the brother was going into it. Man, they got all these plans, but it said, you can make many plans, but the Lord's purpose, that's going to prevail, man. Like the brother said, you got a lot of these people harping on food for the elect. Yeah, they ain't gonna even touch it, man. Why? Because that was the Lord's purpose for them to spend their life storing all that food, just to even write in the scripture what the brother read earlier, my servant shall eat to pass, right?
That's right. You gonna run across the deep freezer. Hey, they got lamb in the deep freezer.
Yeah, to be real. To be all clean. It's Amos chapter 5 and verse 18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
To what end is it for those who are not pursuing righteousness? Okay? No, I'm not talking about the days of blurring together. It was last week. You put that video up on the nigga woman. She said, I'm ready for World War III. That way I ain't gotta work, I ain't gotta pay no more bills.
I feel him.
Yo, but she gonna reap destruction.
Right. Oh, she don't, yeah.
Because she's not in the spirit of seeking righteousness, seeking meekness, so that she may be hid and made alone to anger.
Exactly.
So what end is it for her? Go ahead, brother.
It says, for the day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
She take it out the leg. Go ahead.
Like on fucking
Verse 19, As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him.
So you escape the bear. You go in and you, oh man, I got away from that bear. And the serpent bites you. And before there was a lion, correct? All right, so that's illustrating to you escaping one peril, one life-threatening situation, only to run into the next. That's what the day of the Lord is going to be. People are going to, it's going to be to even the mighty man, they're going to be in a spirit of fear. Because there's not enough muscles. You can't go to the gym enough to combat Jacob's trouble.
Hell no. Bro, people ain't gonna be able to fathom. Their mind gonna be so warped. They're not gonna understand how the animals gonna change their living situation. All the animals gonna be coming. You gonna be trying to run down the street, gonna be fucking lion, tigers, and bears literally in this motherfucker. The zoos, ain't gonna be no zookeeper watch over the animals. They're gonna bring out the cages.
It's gonna be animals that's not usually carnivores doing things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Animals that usually don't even want to eat meat, and that's what they're gonna have to resort to because they live in a concrete city.
Hey, because look back there time ago with the flood. Before the flood came, it said the ground break in the springs. The water underground was coming up. It rained in the water from so like, yeah, bro. So
No escape.
Yeah, bro. There ain't no way around it, man.
Jeremiah chapter 11 and verse 11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them.
Yeah. The people gonna be crying unto the Lord then. They say, regard every atheist just before they die, they call out to God.
Right.
People know that there's a higher power. And let me tell you something. Let you in on the secret. Everybody before the destruction really goes all the way through is gonna know about Yahweh Shah. Because the Lord's gonna make it to where this word is the primary focus all over the world. Especially when the troubles really hit. When the scourges are playing out, in the midst of Jacob's trouble, people are gonna be looking for the middle of the Lord, man. But the Lord's gonna cause it to where our tongue clings to the roof of our mouth.
Ezekiel.
Verse 12, it says, then shall the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto the gods whom they offered incense, but they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble.
And who are some of the gods that people worship here on this side? Well, you saw one recently. That's Syrians. In 2020, they trust science. People are going to cry unto, gates of hell. They're going to cry unto the powers that be. A lot of women, they gonna be. I want to see all the women that deal with astrology then what they
Right.
how much that shit is that.
Right, exactly.
People gonna be crying on the white Jesus during that time. But realizing that there is no power in the name of Jesus, but there is power in the name of Yahweh. All right. People are gonna be realizing these things, and what's really gonna make it evident is when the Lord lifts up that standard. Because the enemy is going to come in like a flood, even during that time. But when the Lord lifts up that standard, that's when a lot of people are going to be willing. The scriptures say that. In the day of thy power, thy people shall be willing.
They got faith in Jesus. But even that time, they faith that they have in the white Jesus, they're going to even lose that.
Man, the Lord going to have it in that day when you call on Jesus, shit get worse.
Yep.
Every time. Every time you call on Jesus, shit is going to get worse. You're going to be like, damn. I gotta stop doing that. Right? Yeah, man.
What is that? The statue of Jesus in Brazil. They put up there too, talking about when 2020 hit, they were like trusting Serene. They put that on there.
Oh my goodness. Every apocalyptic movie, they always show you that statue in Brazil falls.
Yeah, always. They just gotta let you execute it. The lightning just came and struck it down.
Yeah, right in the forehead now.
Yep. And every doctor's confounded. All those idols, man, they're just idols, man. Just made of wood and stone, man. But this is a living power that we talking about.
Right.
I got one real quick right there. Going into what the brothers have been going into. The brother just mentioned how they gonna be, these people gonna lose faith. This is 2 Ezra 5:1. It says, nevertheless, it's coming the tokens, things that the Lord is about to bring into the earth, man. It says, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden. You know, it's like the brother said, you know, famine of the word is coming. The prophet's going to be taken off the street and shut up, man. Isaiah 24:10. They're going to be crying in the streets for the wine. You know what I'm saying? They'll be crying for this wine, man. It says, and the land shall be barren of faith, man. You know what I'm saying? So just like the Kahan said, man, they're going to lose faith, man, because they're going to be calling on their idol gods and they're not going to get an answer, man. You know, the situation's going to get worse, like the brother said, man. You know?
Here it is in Proverbs 1:21. It said, she uttereth her voice in the streets. Wisdom is crying out loudly right now.
Yeah.
That's why also the Bible said, raise up that voice like a trumpet. Right? So right here, so now wisdom is calling his people. Right here in Jeremiah 18:17, I will scatter them as an east wind before the enemy. I will show them the back and not the face in the day of their calamity. That's talking about, see, right now the Lord is showing his face to us out.
Right.
By giving us his wisdom and knowledge and understanding.
Right.
He's going to turn this back, man. He's going to pull this away from the earth. He's going to pull the book. It's time to go. That's how he's going to turn this back upon you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
And he's going to laugh at your calamity. That's why in Proverbs 1, it tells you that what the people are going to be doing when the Lord was showing his face. They're setting at naught all of his counsel. Right now, this is the counsel of the Lord, man.
That's it.
By default, everybody in the world right now is talking about prophecy. How? Because they're talking about what's going on with America, World War III, digital currency. These are things that our apostles have been talking about for years.
Yep.
And what people are soon going to come to realize is that, you know, they're guessing and we're telling.
Right.
We're knowing. Because exactly how the scripture says it's going to play out, that's what's going to start to play out. People are like, hold on. It seems like these guys know exactly what the fuck is going on. They're not speculating.
Right.
All right?
And if I can add too, the scriptures say, I'm trying to remember what it was, trying to take it from this. Matter of fact, let me bring this out real quick. It says Isaiah 55:6, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near, like the elder was saying. You know, the Lord's face is towards his people right now, man. So you should be seeking the Lord. He's near right now. His face is towards him. But just like the other Khan said, that Israel sets at naught all his counsel, man. You know what I'm saying? Israel is a hard-headed, stiff-necked people. That's why Hosea said in the 4th chapter, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, man. They're rejecting this knowledge, and it's gonna lead them to destruction, man. They're gonna be destroyed, man.
Israel's that badass kid that you admonish them time and time again, and he just won't listen. What did we do with kids like that in ancient Israel? You admonish them, take them to the priest. You know what I mean? They still don't want to get right. What do you got to do? You got to stone their ass. You got to put that dog down and let that spirit come back right. That's what's happening with 2/3 of our people.
All right. That's gonna be an example. They make an example, man. They put fear in all the people, man. That's why I say that's when you say that. They say, then shall you put evil away from Israel, man. Right. See, a lot of people learn. They seen something, bro. You gotta imagine it, bro. You know, you stone a kid, flop, turn the little kid up,
Crack his head.
Right.
Everybody start hyperventilating. You still. Yeah.
That's gonna put fear in our shit. Hell no, I ain't doing that. You know,
Got me fucked up. I'm just gonna do what my pops said.
Don't go last 15 seconds. Yeah, let's dig into our life. That's how it goes.
They throwing rocks. They throwing boulders.
And yo, and even the nations, they gonna be like, damn.
Yeah.
The Lord did that to his own.
Right.
What are you gonna do to us if we start tripping? So you know, even when they go back to their own lands, and one of their own people start tripping, they gonna be like, motherfucker, we're gonna get rid of you.
Yeah.
You gonna bring evil upon the whole nation. That's how they, you know what I mean? They gonna get to the point where they police each other. You got this shit. You got that little sibling that y'all start doing some shit. Like, I'm gonna tell daddy. Y'all, that's how they gonna be amongst each other.
Proverbs 6, Proverbs 5, verse 20, started at 21. It says, for the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his going. You know, that's one thing she wanted. The Lord is basically ordering steps of man is walking upon the earth. I said, his own iniquity shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cords of his sins. He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly, he shall go astray. That's a lot of the 2/3. All right, they don't got this understanding. They don't got the instructions on what to do to what's coming. So they're gonna die without instruction, not knowing.
Knowledge.
How do I do that? No, death. Hey, the Lord is going to bring a mass death on this earth. So on that time, what was that in Turkey when he just had that big old earthquake? Hey, bro, that's just basically a prelude to what's to come. You're going to be seeing 50, 60, 100,000 people perish. And they ain't gonna know what's going on, why the reason. That's why they're gonna be losing lack of faith. And they be like, why the Lord ain't saving us? Where's Jesus? Why he's not delivering us? We see hundreds and thousands of people dying.
A lot of all the Christians that's getting the gumption to try to come up about us, and they failing.
Right.
They gonna realize, hold up, maybe they got it right.
No, right.
I didn't know nothing about this stuff. That stuff started playing out. They were like, I don't got no answer for this. They gonna stop believing out there. Those people really gonna start trying to find the inventor Lord.
Pastor, tell us something. Yeah.
No pastors gonna be lunch food.
They're gonna be in that doughboy spirit, man. Yep. There was a guy, why his kid get smoked every night.
Yeah.
All the judgment the Lord's gonna bring on earth, they're gonna be like, you know, because they don't understand the true nature of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
Right.
Why? Because Esau, like the scripture say, blasphemed, man. Okay, against the name, you know what I'm saying? The reputation of the Lord as well, man, and what He stands for. Job 9:24, He covered up the faces of the judges, man. I mean, He's covering up judgment, man. True righteous judgment and what the Lord stands for, man. The standard that the Lord stands for, man. Esau is covering that up, man. You see? So now these people, with love, man, with accept everything. But they gonna come to find out that the Lord is not down with it. We read that in Romans 1 yesterday, man. How the Lord was talking about the moles, man, and how, hey, those who, I always said it, man, those who do those things are worthy of death, man. You see? So these people are about to find out the true nature of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Okay? I got a quote, bro. This Jeremiah 15:1, it says, then the Lord said unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be towards this people. Cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as for death to death, and such as for the sword to the sword, and such as for the famine to the famine, and such as for the captivity to the captivity. You see? So you got, just like the elect was predestined to be saved, man, you got people, like it says in 2 Ezra, man, that the multitude now perish that were born in vain. You got people that were predestined to die in certain ways, man, in these end times, man. Like it said, such as for death to death, such as for the sword to the sword, such as for famine to famine, and such as for the captivity to captivity. What does that mean? Those concentration camps, man. Right. You know? And then it says in the next verse, verse 3, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. Because the Lord is going to put the spirit on these animals, man. The Lord is going to put the spirit on these animals. The Lord going to put the spirit on these animals, man, to get busy, man. You see? When you read, you know, they got movies like this movie called Ghost in the Darkness, man. It was about these lions over there, and it's part of Africa, man. You see? And the Lord, those people was calling those lions, man. They was calling them devils, man. You know, because they had a certain spirit. They wasn't like normal lions, man. You know, they were smarter than the average. They was getting out all the traps. Esau was setting up for them, man. You know, so the people started calling them devils, man. Calling them evil spirits. Why? Because the Lord, like it says in the book of Sirach, man, there are spirits that are created for vengeance, man. You see? It talks about the scorpions and the teeth of wild beasts. You see? So the Lord, the spirits upon the earth, people are gonna be seeing apparitions, man. The Lord's gonna let these people see that dimension, man. What is that 4th dimension? They're gonna be able to see these demons, man. Right. You see? But the Lord is gonna have these animals get busy, man. You know? But on the other hand, I got another one real quick, bro. This is Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 16 and verse 24 in a GNT. It says, "You created the universe. It is at your command. All creation uses its power to punish the unrighteous people, but it becomes mild and kind to those that put their trust in you." You see? So these same lions and animals are going to be getting busy, you know, and bringing forth the judgment of the Lord are going to be mild and kind to the elect, man. Like it says in the book of Job, it says even the beasts are going to be in league with thee, man. You see? And the stones of the field, man. You see? This Wisdom of Solomon 16.
Solid, boy.
You know?
Read it real quick. Job 5 and 21, it says, "Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of the destruction when it cometh."
Man, they say you're going to be hid. That's going into their protection, man.
Yeah.
And it talks about in Psalms 91, man. And various other scriptures throughout the Bible, man. You know, 2nd Esdras 16, it says it talks about the day of trouble come, but the Lord is going to be the guide to the elect, man. He's going to guide the elect through, man. You know.
I got to start up. I'm not tripping. This Job 5 and 19. "He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword."
Man.
We know that's what's coming upon the world. So, war, pestilence, famine. These are things all gonna come together at once. Boom.
Right.
You're gonna be attacked on all sides.
Hey, that sums up also those vows that it talks about in Revelation of trumpets.
Right.
Those trumpets. It says the 6 troubles and that 7. What's that 7?
Yeah.
That 7 is gonna be the ICBM missile, man.
Yeah.
You see? So that right there covers the whole loop, man.
Yeah.
You know?
"Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of the destruction
Gonna
when
be
it cometh."
hid from the scourge of the tongue, man. All those accusations that Esau is gonna try to bring forth on the true man of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Okay? It says you're gonna be hid. And how the Lord is showing us now, he got these other camps, man.
Yeah.
These other camps that have signed these 501c3s and the winning chains they name. They're gonna be the first, so they're gonna be the shield for the true church, man.
Shield for the elect.
Yep, exactly, man.
Verse 22. "At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh,
Wow.
neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth." So the brother was going into the beast and how he's gonna put an evil, kind of spirit on them towards the wicked of the people. It makes me think of that story of that elephant in Africa.
Oh,
How
yeah,
he went
that
and
chick.
he
wow,
stopped that lady, and then he crashed the funeral and stopped her. Yo, she had to do some wicked ass shit.
Yeah.
Elephants remember everything.
Yeah.
And, I wasn't even, when I heard the story, my thought was that poor lady. My thought was, what did she do to that elephant?
That's right. I was like,
Right.
It's a skit on Boondocks. This is a skit on Boondocks. He talked about how they shit on this nigga and shot him or something. He said, I got to think to myself, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
Yeah.
Right.
that was my thought when I heard that story. Because Esau, man, he does some wicked shit to the
Right.
people and the environment, but especially the animals. Man.
Yep.
When he wants to test some shit, who does he go to first? The Lord's animals.
Man.
Boy, for the test your ass.
All right, so they're gonna get their revenge too. Verse 22: At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth. But thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beast of the field shall be at peace with thee.
See, going right back to that wisdom of Solomon, how to, like the brother said, Lord used these animals to bring punishment upon the wicked. But these same animals are gonna be kind and mild unto the elect, man. They're not gonna show that hostility towards the elect, man. Why? Because the Lord put it in their minds to know. All right, these are all right. They don't, because going back into about that mark, man, exempt from judgment in Ezekiel 9, man. The animals gonna say, oh shit.
Things gonna get real spiritual in the midst of trouble.
Right.
You ever got your ass whooped? You get real spiritual. You start to think about it. You start to have an inward thoughts, man. You ever been in a fight? You got some licks on you. You start to really reflect. Everybody's gonna be in a reflective state once that ass whooping get the rolling, man. Okay? And who's been trained to really see things in the spirit? The better Lord. We've been exercising ourselves in a spiritual way of life. So when the things get real spiritual out here, when people having to look at themselves in the mirror, Because all the things that go on in the world, all this folly that people clung onto, it allows them to not look themselves in the mirror. It allows them to not examine themselves. When we're forced to do the opposite right now, the scriptures force you to examine yourself.
Right.
So when it comes time for people to really examine themselves in their ways and then be like, oh shit, I'm a piece of shit.
Right.
We came to that realization when we came in.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know? So we're gonna be equipped to really to sit back, have that calmness, see what the Lord is doing, have patience, understand that we gotta move in faith, not be frantic.
Right.
You understand? So look, man, this is the most precious thing a man can have. This is the true riches on earth.
Man.
This wisdom and knowledge.
Right.
Nothing compares to this, man. I don't care if you got $1 billion in the bank. It ain't gonna mean nothing when that time of testing comes.
Right.
Second Ezra 7, starting verse 41, it say, even so now, seeing corruption is grown up, and wickedness increased, and the righteous have prayed for the ungodly, wherefore shall it not be so now also? Hey, because we see even today, wickedness have increased. If you go against anything wickedness, you say something against the mold, all right? You say something against the small man, you get condemned. Council coach. Hey, you are in a losing your job.
Yeah.
All these things that happen. Wickedness has, and it said it's grown. It basically has started off and it built up. Because for example, watching these old stand-up, Mark, watching Richard Pryor, even Eddie Murphy, Bernie Mac. They used to say certain the Memphis Cookie. What do you call his little nephew? You call him bundle of sticks. Yeah, so if you now look at it today, within 20 years now you say anything like that, all of them comedians would have been canceled. So look how fast all this wickedness has grown up throughout this society, throughout Babylon.
And that's a key. That's also a key to identify who's in leadership too. Because what other time in the scripture, talk about evils growing upon the earth, or was wicked multiplying the earth.
Right.
When the Greeks came into power.
That's right.
After Alexander passed and his 4 generals ruling, the scriptures talk about how evils increased in the earth. Those same spirits are back and they're in rulership. Man.
Right.
So the wicked is being identified. The legacy being made bare once again.
And if I can add real quick, those people, they still may be able to say those things because there's certain platforms and different, that still say stuff. They call this stuff out. But the reason we can't say it is because we built them and lined things up with the scriptures.
Right.
Those people, they just got Jake out there in some folly and mad, so that they don't hold them accountable.
They don't see the whole picture.
Right.
They're still, at the end of the day, they're still not a threat.
Right.
Because Esau can't have people really believing and understanding in the scriptures and realizing who he is prophetically. Right? So you have people that may say such similar things to what we say, but they don't have the real lubrication of the spirit to really push it. Esau let them do it a lot of times.
Right.
But with us, that can't be because we're not only are we accurate, man, but we identify the wickedness in everything, not just one angle.
Right.
Like you talk about, you look at the Red Pill community, they'll identify how the government, put this part-time between the man and the woman. We go into that. We go into, how the wickedness with money.
Right.
We go into the wickedness with the educational system, the food, the animals. All right, the way of thinking, everything, top to bottom. His freaky acts that he does behind closed doors. Even your government officials are part of that. So we really bring together the whole picture.
Right.
So we can't be allowed to say certain things blatantly.
Right.
Verse 42, it said, he answered me and said, this present life is not the end, very much glory do abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. Say, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come.
So we want destruction to come. Why? Because it has to come for us to step into that kingdom of heaven, for us to receive, the new bodies. For us to have peace on earth. Somebody after you get that, you get 2 Peter's 2 and was it 3 and 9 on down? Go ahead, you go ahead. You finish that off.
It says, wherein corruption is past, cut off, righteousness is grown, and the truth is sprung up.
Yeah, man. A lot of when you a kid, you know you done did some BS, and you gotta get a whooping for it.
Right.
You ever got the option? You grounded or you get a whooping? You get grounded. Would you rather be grounded than have would you rather be grounded and have your oppression be prolonged, or just get the whooping and get it over with? But the prophets and those that are operating in righteousness, they don't get the spirit. Let's just get the whooping and get it over. You know that day of doom has to come. You know the great death, famine, all this stuff has to play out, man. Right. You know a lot of people gonna die. Hey, some of us might, be taken up in. But that's understanding death is the final. That's a cost you're willing to pay. You know.
So your works follow too.
Yeah.
Your works follow.
You know it's gonna get so bad, as it says, the Lord gonna have to put in a basic divine intervention, like Daniel 12.
Michael will have to stand up, like it says in Daniel 12 chapter.
We're going through affliction. It's written in Acts 14, through much affliction or tribulation, rather,
Right.
shall ye enter into the kingdom of the Most High, man. So we got to go through it. So like the Khan said, if you going to go through the tribulation, you're going through it. Why stay under this man's oppression and go through it down there when we can go through it here, get it over with? By the time we get out, we've been in the kingdom now. We've been in the kingdom all this time. You know what I'm saying?
You moving the goalposts.
And a lot of times, you do something, your pops got a whooping, if your pops was there, whoever give you the whooping, they might not even give you as many licks as you're supposed to give.
Right.
That's gonna be the elect, and we gonna catch hell. But the Lord he gonna show mercy in a lot of things for us, in a lot of ways.
Right.
Our experience of Jacob's trouble is not gonna be the same as a wicked nigga's experience of Jacob's trouble, man.
Right.
And that's the truth.
Yeah.
But what's funny is just a lot of Israelites who don't even understand that they gotta go through some shit.
Right.
They're not. That's not a thought in their head.
Right. Plus more than
Out of here. They out of here.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as man counts slackness, but is long suffering towards usward.
That's it's always circles back to being Lord being concerned with his family and people. It's like that.
It says, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
As a thief in the night, man. It's gonna come when everybody's, in their comfort. I got this plan. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna shut everything down. It's gonna put everything in an abrupt halt. Bro, think about if tomorrow people woke up and they couldn't purchase anything, a good stock being shipped to America because America can't pay for goods with the dollar no more because people don't want to use it. Think of how that would fuck up everything for all of these people. The women would be fucked up because they wouldn't get no more products to paint their face, to play make-believe on their face all day. The bill would be fucked up. You know what I mean? The bill would be a better case than the women. The children, you understand? Because the violence would erupt soon.
Almost immediate.
Oh my goodness. Kids gonna be turning on their parents for the fickleness of things, for the fickleness of rewards. Hey, you get a new iPad if you hear anything your parents talking about anything funny, you get rewarded with this new iPad.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you have to deal with your kids because now they just throw their iPad right in front of you. They get on, go on in there and chill out.
And most people don't have a relationship with their kids here on this side anyway. The kids' parents really is the state.
Right.
The kids have more loyalty and more trust in what the state or what their school system or their teacher tells them than what their parents will tell them. because they spend far more time with that school system than the teacher, than you get to spend time with.
Yep. Exactly.
Like I said, too, a lot of these men, they can start seeing these women when they can be able to get their weave, and like I say, they'll paint their face on. They can see that beauty in them. Where I didn't meet this. You met their representative all these years. Now you got to get to see them every day as natural.
Man, a lot of times when I see these women, you know, I undress them, not in the carnal way, like naked, but I imagine them without the weave, makeup, the revealing clothes, and I just like, how is this woman really attractive, or am I just being, you know, tricked by, you know, the bullshit she got? So majority of the time, most of these women aren't that good looking or attractive or appealing. Even just by the looks. And then that drops double when they start opening their mouth. So, you know, women think they're going to be able to use their beauty or their box, man. Dudes going to be like, bitch, come on.
Yeah. You gonna put up that illusion?
You just going to be something to pass around. And the women that actually are pretty, that's going to be a curse under them.
Right.
The women that's natural, that's actually legit, just actually pretty, that's going to be a bad thing.
You better wrap the fuck up.
Yeah, they gonna cover that
skirt. You better cover up with that thing.
Because these bitches boasting that shit right now.
Right.
Right now, they boasting.
Yeah.
They stunning. They go put the tights on out in the gym.
I'm a modern woman.
Then report a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
This
When a
is
nigga look at-
liberating. You trying to tell me? For a woman, she thinks freedom and independence is getting naked.
Yeah.
Dumb bitch.
Body by choice.
Hey, fucking Cinderella lost her shoe and got found love, but a bitch half naked can't find a man.
Right.
I heard that somewhere online. Cinderella lost her shoe and found love. He both half naked. Don't nobody want him.
Man, you body positivity and independent women. You know what that led to? OnlyFans.
Right.
That's the culmination of that mentality.
Yep.
Sucking fun dip online.
More gravy on your toes.
Say shit.
Yeah, more gravy on your toes. You got more hand food and shit.
Stupid. Damn, this place stupid. Man, go ahead.
Back in 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
Boom! The nuclear missiles. This place is going to be lit on fire, man.
Right.
This place that has never been touched before is going to be completely destroyed. The mind frames of these people, especially people that grew up here in America, they have a different pride on them. If you ever went to other countries, these people here in America, they've taken on the pride of Esau. That they will be more stout than the rest of his fellows. They have a different kind of smug look on their face. So they really think they can't be touched.
Right.
They think even if, regardless of what happens, we're gonna come out on top. That's what they think. That's gonna be tested. And America's gonna fail that test. And even Biden told you the other day that the missile defense systems that they have are not up to par to compete with the missiles that Russia and China has. He flat out told the American public that. And it's true. And it's this, I'm not just saying it's true because, you know, I want it to be true. The scriptures say that.
Right.
The scriptures say none shall break their ranks. That all those missiles are going to hit their targets. The scriptures actually say that.
It'll climb the walls.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Wall like them motherfucking something.
yeah,
Blood of them.
the spirit of the Lord is going to be on those missiles on top of that. Even if America's defense system was up to par, it wouldn't matter because the Lord's going to have it to where it don't matter.
That's right.
He's going to have it to where those missiles hit their target.
It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved.
Seeing then that America's going to be decimated, that everything that's associated with America and the West and this way of living is not going to be a thing, how should you be moving and operating? Should you still be being a nigga? Should you still be passing mixtapes out in the parking lot after the club? All right? What the fuck, man? What are you doing?
Right.
You should be concerned. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But that's how Jake is so fucking carnal minded. All he sees is this.
Yeah, that's a video of trend versus reality.
Yeah, man. Back in high school, me and some of the guys I came up with, we were so focused on making it professionally to play basketball. And we used to look at some of the other guys that said they wanted to do it, but they didn't put in the work. We used to be like, man, them niggas live on a tennis ball. I used to look at them like, y'all say y'all want, this, but y'all not fully, y'all see this small little scope of what you could be doing. If you sacrifice now, you can have so much more.
Right.
I was living on a tennis ball my damn self. You know what I mean? Thinking, that's playing being Esau's kingdom, then Esau can take that shit away from you, like this. Seeking the kingdom. What the Lord is going to give us, nobody can take away. And it's going to be something that's everlasting. Even just the starter package of what the Lord is going to give us, nothing in this kingdom measures up to it.
Right.
What in this world measures up to immortality? Riddle me that. Nothing. Nothing even comes close to that.
That's right.
What in this world comes, close to manipulation over the elements?
Righteousness on the planet.
Yeah, rulership.
Righteousness on the planet, bro.
Righteousness on the planet Earth.
Rest. I'm looking for rest and righteousness. Everything else is gonna come.
Being perfect, never getting sick again. Having assured perfect health.
Being able to be around you. And
Right. What comes? Nothing comes close to that.
oh, motherfucker, 7,000 always.
Right.
Jake, man, our people, they think big, they really think small.
Right. Yeah.
They'll look at us like, people will look at us like we're underachieving in some kind of way. No, this is the most prestigious thing a man could be doing in this time.
That's right.
That's how it's supposed to be looked at.
Yep.
That's good.
We are those who are standing against the evil doer.
Right.
Couple more we done.
Verse 11, 2 Peter 3:11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? It says, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth.
New heavens and a new earth. We long for the kingdom. Those who truly love the Lord are going to be longing for the kingdom.
Right.
They're not going to be in the spirit of God bless America. None of the prophets in the scriptures were ever in the spirit of God bless Assyria, Babylon, whatever kingdom they were dwelling in.
Right. Yeah.
They were never in the spirit of God bless us. No, they were longing for the kingdom. Are you longing for the kingdom? Because if you're not, you need to check yourself. If you're not longing for the kingdom, you're going to burn with this one.
Right.
That's right.
It says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
That's
We're ready to wrap it up. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you need to wrap it up. So, hey, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying. Want to give praises once more too. Want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Want to say shalom to all the brothers and of course the few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.
Shalom. BTA. Bible Wall.